Hi, welcome to another Infinity Train video. In this video we're going to look at 3 new kits from Warsenal. They've been out for a little bit of time now, but they've not received a lot of coverage, and actually they're a really good kit regardless of whether you want to use them on Warsenal buildings or whether you want to use them on any other manufacturer, because they're a fairly generic kit that will fit on most different types of buildings. So what we're looking at today is 3 different kits. So firstly, this kit here, which is the chiller units kit. We're then looking at this kit here, which is the air conditioning units kit, and lastly we're looking at this kit here, which is the Aircon and Vent Kit. So each kit is purchased separately. They're quite reasonably priced. I think these two are about $15 each. I think this is about the same. They come on like tiny little screws effectively that you pop out. Some of them have the acrylic pieces as well, makes them a little bit more fiddly, but others are mainly MDF based. So let's have a look at the chiller unit first. Probably my favourite of them actually. So with the chiller unit you get 3 really large of these chiller units. So I'm just going to move this stuff here out of the way a little bit to give us a bit more space to concentrate on what we're actually talking about here. So these are quite nice, large, chunky chiller units that will work well on top of any buildings. So these ones are more for larger buildings. So maybe like office blocks or sort of like maybe the larger the mass district 5 buildings if you want to use on something different. Obviously Warsenal have their very large buildings from the Zagoon range. These are really easy to put together. There's not really instructions out for these kits yet. I know that Jay's running behind a bit on instructions. You don't really need them for these ones. You will need to pay attention to this one here. That does require a little bit of thought and dry fitting before you jump straight in. But the rest of them are fairly straightforward to put together without any issue at all. So as I mentioned, you get 2 of these blocks here, and you get 1 larger block. Now I would say that the larger block seems to be just under non-model silhouette height. So you're not going to get full cover behind it. You're going to get partial cover if you walk alongside of it. I think it's probably deliberate, to be honest, because getting covers nice, but you don't necessarily always want to give full blocking. If you want to give full blocking to something larger, you could always build up the base a little bit and place it on some, just some either spare bits of MDF or something else just to build up the height a little bit. But yeah, these are my favourite ones. I think they go together really nicely, and they're something new that I've not really seen in many other people's range yet. Certainly, most vent kits are actually done in resin so far. There's only a few companies that do MDF vent kits. So these ones actually give you a lot of detail, but being able to be a lot bulkier, something like that in resin would cost you quite a lot. So that's the chiller units one. If we move on to this kit here now, this is the air conditioning units kit. So you get 2 of these large air conditioning blocks, and you get 4 of these smaller just little aircon units basically. So again, that gives you a nice bit of variety whether you're using these on the smaller buildings. You can see there's detail all the way around. There's a nice little grill on the top. When you're doing the grills, just pop out the pieces with a bit of a craft knife before you assemble it, just so you've got the actual vent pieces all clear. Again, nice little size. I should have actually brought a silhouette marker up with me, but it's too late now. Now these ones are a little bit more tricky to assemble without instructions. These were a little bit interesting, a bit of trial and error, and they went together okay. But it's just a nice little bit of detailing. You can see it's not a square. It's been built out around, so it looks a bit more machinery like. But again, a really nice little piece of machinery that you can put on the roof to provide that little bit of cover when something is moving across the roof. Now, obviously, in a lot of buildings in Infinity, you've got an edge to the roofs that you get cover from, but actually having something in the centre of the roof that you can maybe move between while maintaining cover is a lot more difficult. So these kits work really well in that sort of situation. Now, what I'm just going to show you is the difference between these two. So these are this one here is actually from the Aircon and Vent Kit, and this one is from the AC Units Kit. So you can see they're very similar, except this one has a bit of acrylic on the bottom, and they're ever so slightly a different size. This one's got a little bit more detail here. I guess the idea of this one is this one's more maybe meant to go on the side of a wall, because as you can see, it's got those flip up bits where it might be secured. So let's jump on and have a look at this kit then. So again, this is another really nice kit. So you've got these blocks here. Now they're very similar to the ones we previously covered, so I'm not going to go through those again. However, these ones are really nice. So again, you've got these a mix of the acrylic and the MDF kits. Now, when you're assembling them, remember to flip them. So by flipping them, what I mean is you want to have it so that the blade is visible through the MDF. So when you turn it one way around, you'll find that the blades align and they're actually hidden partially by the fan cover, the piece that's in the MDF. If that's the case, just flip it around and you'll find that the blades actually show through, and that obviously looks a little bit better. So if someone wants to look at it in a lot of detail or very close up, they would still see the blades underneath. So again, these are quite nice. These are the sort of things you put on the sides of buildings. You get 3 of the double ones and you get 3 of the single ones. You get these, as I mentioned before, and also I've not clipped these out yet because these will actually get painted before they get clipped out. But on the acrylic piece as well, you do get 6 door control panels. So these are obviously just things that you can flip out and stick near a door. Now, these might be quite good markers if you wanted to represent the difference between doors which can be opened without requiring any roll and doors which required a roll. So obviously you can maybe say that these are kind of like locked doors effectively that require some sort of roll to open, like a whip roll or something. Whereas doors without these might just be openable via using a short skill or something equivalent. So again, it's nice that they've used up the spare space on the acrylic plate to put in some extra detail here. So again, this is a really simple sort of kit. So I'll just break them back out into the individual kits. So once again, you've got the chiller units kit, which is probably my favourite. Nice chunky kit, a lot of detail there. You've got the Aircon Unit Kit, which I really like, these little block ones where there's detail all the way around. And then you've got this kit here, which is the AC units kit. No, sorry, this is the Aircon and Vent Kit. Now, when you're looking at the Warsenal website, these two are in the designed by Infinity section, I think it is. And I think it's this one, which is in the Zaguin category. So when you're looking for them, you might have to flip between 2 different categories just to find the kit that you're particularly interested in. But yeah, well worth purchase, and a really nice kit again from Warsenal. Thanks very much for watching the video. Follow us, leave any comments below, all the usual stuff. Obviously we've got a Facebook group, etc. You probably found this on. If not, feel free to join it, and hopefully you found this video useful.